Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rahman Darmawan. Now I want to presentation for project 1 part 1 for morphology. So I choose the parts of speech. For the first slide, introduction, parts of speech are the classification of words based on their function, categories grammatical that classify words according to their function in sentence structure, such as nouns, verbs, adjective, and others. Each word in English belongs to one of these categories based on its role or job in communication. The next slide. There are 8 parts of speech. The first is noun. Noun is for name a person, place, thing, or idea. The second is pronoun. Pronoun is replace a noun. The third is verbs. Verb is shows an action or state of being. And the fourth is adjective. Adjective is describes a noun or pronoun. And the fifth is adverb. Adverb is modifies a verb, adjective, or adverb. And the sixth is preposition. Preposition is shows relationship between words. And the seventh is conjunction. Conjunction is connect words of groups of words. And the last one is interjection. Interjection is expresses strong emotion. For the next slide is example of each part of speech. The first one is pronoun. Pronoun for the example is she loves music. And the second adjective. For example, it's a beautiful day. And third is a noun. For example, the teacher is kind. The fourth is conjunction. The example, I like coffee and tea. And five, adverb. For example, he runs quickly. Six, verb. For example, they run every morning. And the seven, interjection. For example, wow, and that's amazing. For the last one is preposition. For example, the cat is under the table. On the next slide, explanation of each example. For pronoun refer to she, replace a noun. Adjective, the beautiful describes a noun. Noun, teacher names a person. Conjunction and is connect to words. Adverb quickly is describe how he runs. The verbs run is shows an action. Interjections wow is expresses emotion. And the last one preposition under is shows position. The next part, why parts of speech are important. Parts of speech are important because they are the basic building blocks of English grammar. Without understanding them, we cannot form correct sentence or express idea clearly. There are 5 reasons why parts of speech are important. The first, help us understand sentence structure. Parts of speech show how words work together to form sentence. By knowing whether a word is a noun, verb, or adjective, we can understand how each word fits and functions in this sentence. The second is improve writing and speaking skills. Knowing the parts of speech help us choose the right words and avoid grammar mistakes. It makes our English more natural and professional in both spoken and writing forms. The third helps us analyze grammar and meaning. Parts of speech are the foundation for studying grammar, syntax, and morphology. They allow us to break down and analyze how meaning is created in each sentence. The fourth is foundation for morphology and phonology. In morphology, we study how words are formed. For example, play become player. In phonology, We study how words sound and change in speech. Understanding parts of speech helps connect these two areas of linguistics. The 5. Build better communication. When we know how words function, we can express ideas more clearly and understand others more easily. It's the first step to mastering the English language. The conclusion. In conclusion, the parts of speech are the essential foundation of English grammar because they classify every word according to its function and role in a sentence. Understanding these categories help us see how words connect to express complete ideas and thought. There are 8 main parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection, and each has a specific purpose in sentence construction. By learning the parts of speech, we can build grammatically correct sentences, improve our writing and speaking abilities, and communicate ideas more clearly and effectively. Moreover, mastering these elements allow us to understand how English works as a system, making it easier to expand our vocabulary, recognize sentence patterns, and use language more creatively. Therefore, a strong understanding of the parts of speech is not only important for grammar study but also for achieving accuracy, fluency, and confidence in both spoken and written English. That's all presentation for me from me. Thank you very much.
Let's start the part 2. The case study 1. I unlike going to crowded places but my friend likes them. The first morpheme identification. I and plus like go plus into crowd plus ed plus place plus s but my friend like plus s and term. The second classification: free and whole morphemes. Free morphemes, there are I like go to crowd place but my friend term. The whole morpheme, there are an, in, ed, and s. The third explanation of prefix an and suffix s. An, the type and function. The type is derivational prefix, and the function is change meaning of the base word by adding negation, like positive verb become unlike negative adjective or verb. The effects creates a new lexical item, not just grammatical change but semantic reversal. The S, the type is inflectional suffix to function in sentence. Place become plural marker or noun, likes, third person, singular present, tense become or verb. The effect change grammatical form, doesn't change word class or core meaning. The third theoretical support, there are 2 theories. The first theory, inflection versus derivational distinction. Derivational morphemes create new words and often change the word class. Example, like is verb and unlike adjective or verb. Inflectional morphemes do not create new words, only change grammatical forms. Like becomes likes, same verb, different subject agreement. Theory 2. Morpheme-based morphology, item and affix model. Words are built by combining a root plus affixes an, in, ed as function as affixes that attach to a past. Prefixes like an contribute lexical or semantic meaning, and the last suffixes like as contribute grammatical function, number or agreement. The case study 2. Management talking, hopeful played. Manage become management, talk become talking, hope become hopeful, play become hope become played. The first, identify morpheme inflectional and derivational. Derivational morphemes is meant and full. Inflectional morphemes is ing and ed. The second, explain the differences in meaning, grammatical function, and word class change. Men and full are derivational suffixes because they create new words and often change the word class, while ing and ed are inflectional suffixes because they do not change the meaning or category of the word, but only modify its grammatical function. The third, derivational sequence. There are noun and adjective. The fourth, justification using two morphological principles. The first, the derivational versus inflection distinction. According to mainstream morphological theory, derivational morphemes create new lexical items, while inflectional morphemes create new grammatical forms of the same word. The second, morphological theory is that derivational affixes attach only to specific word classes and often convert them into different word classes. Case study 3. Number 1. A student claims that when is the past tense of go because of the ed rule. We are asked to evaluate this statement. Okay. The past tense of a regular English verb is normally formed by a date by adding the inflectional suffix ed, such as play become played or work become worked. However, the verb code doesn't follow this rule. The past tense form when doesn't contain the root go, nor does it include the suffix ed, because there is no phonological or morphological relationship between go and when. The change cannot be explained by the normal inflection pattern of English past tense information. This means that when is not formed by rule but must be learned and stored separately. The second, definition of suppletion with another example. Suppletion is a process in morphology where an inflected form of a word is replaced by completely different word instead of being formed through regular evasion. Example, go become when, good become better. The third, how suppletive forms are represented in the mental lexicon. In morphological theory, suppletive forms are treated differently from regular inflection forms because they cannot be generated by rule. However, in the case of suppletions such as go and when, there is no shared root and no predictable morphological pattern. For the reason, the two forms are stored independently in the mental lexicon, even though they belong to the same grammatical category. The third, theoretical evidence from linguistic literature. Theories of lexical storage said that while regular inflection is computed by rule, suppletive forms must be memorized because no phonological or morphological pattern connects them. This distinction is supported by psycholinguistic studies showing that irregular or superlative forms are retrieved through direct lexical access, not rule-based processing, unlike regular verbs which are processed using mental grammar. This case study for decomposition. Greenhouse. Green plus house, blackboard is black plus bird, smartphone is smart plus phone. Pickpocket is pick plus pocket. 2. Compound classification between endocentric and encocentrics. Greenhouse is endocentric, blackboard is endocentric, smartphone is endocentric, and pickpocket is exocentric. 3. How meaning emerges from the compound. In most English compounds, the second part functions as the head, and the first word is the modifier. In a greenhouse, the word still refers to a house, not something that is green. In a blackboard, it is a board, not something that is black in Creole. In smartphone, it is a phone, not simply something smart. And in a pickpocket, neither word is the head. The result doesn't mean type of pocket, but instead refers to a person, which is why the compound is action-centric. And the third, stress pattern. And the two theoretical perspectives in morphological theory, especially within the concept of headness. The compound word is analyzed as having a head element that determines its grammatical category and core meaning. The second, another important theoretical framework is prosodic phonology, which is explain how sound structure, especially stress, contributes to word level meaning. Case study 5.1 Analyze the word unbelievableness. The word unbelievableness is composed of four morphemes. Belief is three morphemes. Unbound is bound morphemes, derivational prefix. Able bound morphemes and derivational suffix. And ness bound morpheme and derivational suffix. 2. Morphological tree diagram. The affixation must occur in this order. The 1. Belief is verb. Belief plus able is believable become adjective. Un plus believable become unbelievable is adjective negative. Third, unbelievable plus ness become unbelievableness is noun. The third, interaction of derivational and inflectional process. In this word, all affixes are derivational, but they interact in a layered way. The verb able can only attach to verbs, so it must attach first. And attaches only to adjectives, so it attaches after able has created the adjective. The third, ness attached only to adjective, turning them into abstract noun. This shows that English word formation is hierarchical, not random. The word class changes step by step. Verb become adjective negative, and become noun. The third, morphological theories. The hierarchical morphological structure theory explains the order of affixation, where un attaches to an adjective, believable, not directly to verb, believe. And last, the lexical morphology theory supports the layered application of derivational affixes in stage. There is root plus derivational suffix plus prefix plus final derivational suffix. And that's all of my presentation, and thank you for watching.